Thanks for joining us again for our second altar video. This altar we're setting up today is our spring altar, or Beltane, May Day, or just maybe fertility, whatever you want to make it for you. This for me is my Beltane spring altar. So I cleared off all my old altar items. We smudged our area, kind of gave it a fresh start, keeping the same greens I had last time because I really like these greens for spring as well. And then I brought in some fabric, a table runner that was handmade by a friend of mine. But I chose this one because this really says spring to me with the green and the purple. I like the greens for spring with the new growth, new buds, fertility, hope, all of those things that kind of come up in spring. And then the purple for spirituality. And then again, for me, the Celtic knotwork is an important aspect of my connection to things. So that's why I chose these items. So for you, you might choose something different. Maybe you'll put lace, maybe nothing, maybe just wood. So you just do what makes sense for you, but I'm doing these colors specifically for spring. So the first item I want to bring in for to our altar is some live plants. So we went and gathered some beautiful limbs from trees that are blooming right now, because what is more spring-like than blooming trees? So these are apple blossoms over here. This one I'm not really sure, but this is apple blossoms, and I love the smell of them, I love the look of them, and I like the idea of the apple blossoms on our altar because it really does symbolize everything that spring is. They're beautiful. We wish they would stick around, but we're really just laying the groundwork for the fruit that will come later. So I think an apple blossom really represents that very nicely. So again, I'm going with this kind of the same colors, kind of purples again, maybe some pinks to start. And you can always change these out as these start to fade or drop their blossoms. I personally don't mind the blossoms dropping on the altar. To me, that's just kind of part of the process. Maybe you're dropping things as you're moving towards fruition. You never know. So to me, it's all just part of this process. So the second thing I want to bring is another witch ball here. So the one we're putting up here this time is the green one. Again, this is a very spring greeny one, which is just perfect for spring and new growth. This one, I don't know if you can see, but has a beautiful tree inside of it. These are the ones we carry on our website. These are handmade in Poland, and each witch ball has a different tree inside. I love them. I have them all over my house. This is just something I'm very passionate about. But the story behind witch balls, they're back to the 1800s, and people would hang them outside their houses to attract negative energy, or maybe ill wishes that somebody might have sent to them, or maybe even spirits if they're feeling like there's negative spirits that want to come into their space. The idea being that they're so beautiful and shiny that negative energy and entities might get attracted to it because of the beauty, and then get stuck on the inside and trapped in the tree and not able to come out and into your space. So they're a wonderful thing to have. Like I said, I have many in different colors throughout the house. Typically they're hung at the front of the house to kind of collect that negative energy before it can come in. But we're building on our green and purple theme here. The next thing we'll bring in is our smudging and clearing items, which is always nice to have at your space to clear beforehand and clear afterwards. And the smudge stick that I'm using right now is one of our beautiful botanical smudge sticks, because again, it just really looks like spring to me. So the sage in this for cleansing and clearing, the rosemary in this for protection, and that would be the clearing, cleansing part of that. And then the sweetgrass we would do later. So maybe after I'm done with my altar, I might smudge the space again and then finish with the sweetgrass, which brings in light, bright energy. This is the cleaner. This is the brightener. Okay, so next up I want to put my bell back on my altar. So I really like this bell. Bells are really excellent for clearing space, kind of clearing out stagnant energy. Might be a great way to start a meditation and end a meditation, and all those things you can do at your altar space: prayer, intention, meditation, and that just has a little space for my amethyst orb that I like to put on there. Again, purple. And amethyst is such a spirituality and a protection stone, so it's a nice one to have on your altar as well. And then I put my feather, because I've got the feather for my smudging, and I like the white feather for spring. It just feels fresh, it feels clean, it feels like something we're gonna start over with. Another item I'm gonna put personally on my altar is a little bird box. Not the creepy movie, the cute little box. Again, birds, because they're building nests, they're laying eggs, they're very busy this time of year. But I also like the idea of a box. If you don't have a box, maybe even an envelope, something that is for you, that if you're out and you find something that's just, you set your intentions, you have your altar and it's back in your brain and you're walking along and maybe you find a bead or a feather or something, you could always put it in your box or you could put it in your envelope and it can become part of your altar. It's just a nice little way to have something on your altar and maybe remind you while you're out to be looking for omens and signs that might speak to what your intentions and wishes are right now. So speaking of intentions and wishes, I have my wishes and intentions jar, and I did keep the same green ribbon that I had on before. I just kind of cleansed it and repurposed it because it is all about that new growth with this green ribbon. And I do like to keep it on the altar because it's maybe my altar, but it's for, you know, my family, maybe anybody who wants to come in and is in our space and would like to put an intention or wish into that jar can do so. So I'm putting some paper with a pen on the inside, so it's real easy and accessible for somebody to sit down and write something real quick and throw it in that jar. And for me, we're making this video at the new moon, so from new moon to full moon, that's what you want to bring into your life. From full moon to new moon, that's what you're sending away. So that's kind of the way I write my intentions, and if I'm burning things or putting out manifesting, I kind of follow it with the moon. That's the way I really like to do my intentions. So if I'm writing intentions today and I put it in there, it's about what I'm bringing in. So if it was maybe something from, you know, career, you might say I'm really open and ready to receive advancement or, you know, signs on where I'm going with my career. If it was coming after the new moon, or I mean before the new moon, you might be sending it away. So you might say, I'm ready to get rid of stale, stagnant energy at work, you know, so what are you sending out? What are you bringing in? And that's the way I set up my wish and intentions. One of the last items that I put on my altar is my candle. So, and again, I have bright green because we're doing new growth of spring and fertility. And it's been such a year that I think everybody's looking forward to hope. And I think if nothing else, having these fresh blossoms and bright green that looks like new buds and new growth will just, if nothing else, remind us that there is hope and that there are new things coming, and we're just laying seeds right now for the fruit that's coming. And so it's a wonderful way to end my setting up the altar, or your altar, is to light the candle and sit down, pray, meditate, write your intentions. And I never blow out my candles when I light them with intention. I always let them burn themselves out because I figure that's its process, right? I hope I helped you maybe with some ideas for your altar, maybe gave you some inspiration, maybe brought you a little bit of beauty, and I don't know, let me know what you're doing on your altar. Let me know how you're decorating your spring space or your space for intention. And I hope this brought you a little bit of beauty. Thank you for watching.